Hello and welcome to Coffee with Carrie. I've had initial conversations with clients, just my usual 1 hour chat, peppered with a lot of questions to figure out who they are and what they're looking for. Some of these conversations have changed people's lives dramatically. I remember all of them because they gave me such joy. If you're new here, I'm Carrie. I'm a matchmaker and a dating coach, and this conversation today, I'm sharing some client stories. Their names have been changed to protect the innocent, if I end up mentioning names at all. I've had clients who smoked and then after our call never picked up another cigarette again. I've had people begin a journey to better health and go on to lose nearly 100 pounds during our time together. Lots of wonderful clients who've left very heavy baggage behind from that moment on, and lots of negative attitudes that, after some contemplation, have flipped like a switch. I'm always inspired by people who can make decisions, then make changes that change their lives in a positive way. And you have to ask yourself, what do those people have in common? Well, that's what I want to discuss. If that's at all interesting or intriguing, I hope you'll stick around because that's what's on the agenda today. I'm thinking particularly of one of the guys that quit smoking and messaged me every week to update me on the fact that he'd gone a whole nother week without having a single cigarette. Obviously, I didn't tell him to do this, and he didn't have to, but I love that he did because it gave me another little pump of dopamine, knowing that I played some small part in helping to steer him not only towards being a better version of himself, but living a longer life. I'm not even sure exactly what I said that triggered him to want to change. I did ask him my usual question: what are you doing to take care of yourself so that you'll be around for a long time for those kids of yours and your next partner? As I recall, he was over 40 and divorced, so I probably shared that people looking for a second love of their life want to make sure that their next partner is going to be healthy and sticking around for a long time, as long as possible, so that they can enjoy each other and do things together. And if we're being honest, nobody sets out looking for challenges to overcome. And sometimes we end up with people who have health challenges, for sure. But that's not on our list of what we're looking for. We fall in love with people despite these challenges in some cases, and we hope for years to enjoy life together. I know that in that conversation, I was picturing the fact that most people I would want to match him with would want somebody who doesn't smoke. As a former smoker myself, I can assure you that most of the people who will want to date a smoker will also be smokers themselves. And there's just fewer and fewer of them out there all the time. Thank goodness. So yeah, it would have made my job more difficult, absolutely. But our conversation was about his longevity and loving himself. Fortunately, something stuck, and I loved being a part of that change. Then I had a female client who confided during our welcome meeting that she really felt overwhelmed by a weight loss journey that she knew was in her future. She told me that I want to take a minute here to welcome Tabu, a new partner to the channel. I know there are women here, like myself, who aren't currently in a relationship. What I learned is that there are repercussions for mature women who aren't maintaining an active sex life, and that's why I chose to partner with Tabu. Their mission is to make sexual self-care feel as natural as our skincare and exercise routines. The founder of Tabu partnered with gynecologists, urologists, and pelvic floor physical therapists in order to create a truly gorgeous line of tools, not toys, to help maintain sexual well-being. The Golden Hour Kit, it includes everything you need to help address common symptoms, including dryness, low libido, a lack of body confidence, stress, things that often come up as our bodies go through very normal hormonal changes. The name isn't encouraging us to keep quiet, and that's why I'm not. We have to have these conversations with one another. So take a closer look at these really glamorous tools. Just check out the link in my description box below and make sure you use the code CARRY10 to get your 10% off when you take this first step to prioritize your sexual health. And remember, as my own mother likes to say, use it or lose it. She told me that she would love for me to find her a partner who was also on a mission to better health and wanted to lose weight along with her. As always, I asked her about the specifics of what she was doing as far as exercise, what she enjoyed doing as far as activities, and we talked about what she liked to eat. Like I do with all my clients, I want to know if people cook for themselves and what they like to prepare, what kinds of activities they make time for in their day, things of that nature. And this gal said that she wanted to start walking again, but also shared that she does better when she has a partner to do that with. It helps keep her committed. You know me, I'm not one to hold back my own thoughts on things if I think that it can benefit somebody else to hear them. So I asked her why she thought she was postponing her own health while waiting to fall in love. Didn't it make better sense to become the best version of herself now? I'm not a stranger to procrastination myself, and I've never held myself up as an example in that way. But common sense tells me that we're supposed to be living in the moment, like I talk about, and taking opportunities where we can get them. To be learning, growing all the time, along with our relationships, is our purpose in life, in my opinion. So we had that conversation. Why wait to be better? Why put off good health and vitality and or get up and go? Especially when she was going to be most attracted to somebody who also had those qualities of good health, vitality, and get up and go. I didn't know that that conversation was going to impact her in any way. I just thought I was giving her something to think about, which is what I'm always trying to do with clients and with this channel too. I don't want to tell somebody what they should do, but I feel obliged to mention what they can do, at least if I'm in a position to do so. I'm pretty sure that I'd already begun my search for matches for her when she asked to schedule a quick 5-minute phone call with me. She had decided to put her matchmaking experience on hold for a bit while she lost some weight and started doing some exercise program. Now, while that's certainly her prerogative, we could do that. I've paused people's matchmaking experiences while they go through something or while they're distracted for changes in their work or their life or some family issue. But this time I was triggered again, questioning whether this was also the right path for her. So, of course, we had a conversation about confidence because I'm thinking, if we're in a maximizing mindset, we're going to make the most of each day, be grateful every day for the opportunities that we do have, and why put off till tomorrow something that's going to make us happy today? So I asked her, where's your confidence? And she said that she felt pretty good about herself, and even better, having made a decision to make her health a priority. So together we decided that she wouldn't pause her dating experience after all. She was going to take that confidence and put herself out there to meet new people and also focus on learning more about herself while doing that. She had 5 matches. She took a little break because of the holidays, and then she purchased 5 more matches. And over that period of time, I watched her change into a fitness person. I know you're curious, so I'll share that as it turns out, she dated a couple of my matches for numerous dates, and one of my matches for about 4 months before deciding it wasn't meant to be. And the last I heard, she was 6 months or so into a relationship with a fella that she'd met through a gal she became friendly with at the gym. These are the 2 examples that I promised at the top of the episode, but before we determine what they had in common, I want to mention that there are lots of other kinds of changes that I've seen people make, hundreds actually of them, where people have decided to look at something very differently. For sure, I can guarantee you that so many people, while working with me, figured out that they were looking for something very different than what they'd written on a piece of paper that must have lists of pros and cons and priorities. By my introducing them to people who I knew were a great fit based on their values, what they were looking for out of life, and their general vibe. Vibe is very important to a matchmaker. They were finally able to see that some of the qualities they were listing weren't really important at all, and they began focusing more on things that were, and qualities that were more likely going to give them a happy life with somebody. I'm always aware that people seem much happier with a person they enjoy, someone that loves them and respects them and wants the best for them, more happy than they are sitting at home with a list of deal breakers and must-haves. So, part of my job as a matchmaker is pushing boundaries and opening people's eyes to other ways of thinking about things and looking at things in their dating life and what they want in a partner. As an outsider, I think I see what's important. Like in most situations, it's probably harder to look outside ourselves and have that kind of insight. We get stuck in our patterns and the things we think we know about ourselves and other people. Clients that come to me with really negative outlooks based on past experiences, really just stuck in a groove of negativity or expecting bad things to continue to happen. Or occasionally I work with men who have convinced themselves that women aren't dating them because of the way they look. And then we figure out it's really about how they're presenting themselves and their negative attitude about how they look that's keeping them from success. So often, dating issues are confidence issues. Nobody would choose to be stuck in these patterns, and there are a lot of them, but sometimes something flips or breaks down a wall where we can look at things differently. And it doesn't work for everybody. So here's what I think makes the difference for these people who have made big changes, left behind toxic mindsets, and prioritized choices that will help them reach the goals that they've set for themselves. First of all, they're working with me. No, I'm kidding. But just in case you feel you're at the right place in your journey to have a partner in your dating life, you know where to find me. Link to my website's down below. But seriously, I thought about this, and I believe that these people are open to new ideas. They can accept the fact that they're not always right. Maybe they've just been doing the same thing over and over again and understand that it's not actually working for them. But there are so many people who will continue to bang that head against the wall, expecting it to not hurt and still change nothing. These people are actually listening to me during our conversation. They're not looking for a way to fight back or to argue against what I'm saying. They're not looking for an opening in the conversation to argue their own point of view on why they should continue to be doing things that aren't helping them. People do that, and they aren't taking it personally or thinking that I'm attacking them in some way. Maybe they believe that I want the best for them, and I have nothing to gain unless they have a positive experience. So perhaps it is partly the messenger. But mostly, they want something better, and they're okay with stepping out of their comfort zone to try something else, to do something differently. They're brave. I was thinking that you never really know what's going to inspire you to make changes in your life, and you never know what strangers may enter the picture and impact you in some positive way. You can't know, but you can be on the lookout for it, and you can be open to it. I hope you'll do that. Or on the flip side, if you can find some way to support someone else who wants to make changes, that's also pretty beautiful. I hope you enjoyed the episode. You may want to check out this one next. It's about whether or not you're too ugly to date for those fellas who think they are and aren't. Wait, before you leave, please give the episode a thumbs up as my adorable little mother is requesting, and hit the subscribe button so that we can hang out again sometime soon. Until next time, have a good one.